Hey, what's up everyone? It's Mike Pellegrini with Vegas Showbiz. Welcome back to the Mirage Theater. We have been here before, we are back tonight, but it's all about comedy tonight. We're seeing Amy Schumer and Friends. We're really excited, we're curious, is she gonna get into the Oscars stuff and the big slap? I don't know, I'm excited. It's a phone-free zone. We cannot film anything while we're in there, but Jessica and I are going together. It's actually the night before our anniversary, so it's a big night out for us. We're gonna talk about the show later. We'll give you all of our thoughts, so we will see you then. Thank you.
Welcome to Vegas Showbiz. We hope you enjoy our review of Amy Schumer and Friends in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's the morning after Amy Schumer and Friends. Sunday morning, April 3rd. It's our anniversary, 12 years today. We're out on a hike. We figured we would get out, do a little bit of hiking today, and we could give you a little bit of a recap of the show. As I mentioned in the intro, it was a phones-free event. They had these little lock bags that you put your phone, and they even asked me to put my smartwatch in there. It stays in your possession the whole time, and then when you go back out of the show at the end, there's like people there that can unlock the bag and off you go with your stuff. So there was no recording or anything like that, but we'll get right into recapping the show. Amy Schumer and Friends, 3 friends to be specific, 3 opening comics. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, so the first one, and Friends, he called himself the whole night Amy's special friend.
Yes.
His name is Julian McCullough.
Yeah, Julian McCullough.
I think known as an actor, but obviously last night we saw his comic side. Very funny. He killed it. I was saying after we left the show, I think he got the single loudest laugh of the night.
His Chippendales bit was so hilarious.
About Chippendales. He used to have a bit at the Rio, way back when he
Perform at the Rio.
Perform, yeah.
Yeah.
And met Chippendales through his performance. And his bit about going to see Chippendales.
Yeah, they're like, it's an $80 ticket and we'll get you in for free. And he's like, $80? I mean, how can I not go?
Yeah.
You know, and then he's talking about how he's in like the front row because he really wants the full experience, and it's him and 400 women, and these guys come out that are so gorgeous that instinctively him and this 60-year-old woman next to him grab hands, and they're like, oh my God! It was so
I was at
funny.
this point crying.
Yeah.
He was making me laugh so hard.
Yeah, he was great. He was my favorite comic of the whole night. Like, no disrespect to anybody, they were all excellent. I loved it, but he was my personal favorite.
He was very good. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what else his kind of. Oh, you know, my other favorite part about Julian was his crowd interactions.
Yes.
I just love a good crowd interaction. It just feels more special, like you're the only crowd that's seeing that part, and he did a lot of that last night.
It shows you how on point his improv skills were too.
Yeah, I liked that about him. Except he was the only one that did that, really.
Yeah.
Several comments from the crowd, they would shout out something and he would just immediately shout back at them.
Just flow with it.
And I love that. It feels, I don't know, something about that improv. Whereas there were other comics of the night that sort of had notes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I do think everybody, they were all funny in their own right.
Yeah, so we'll keep moving through the comics. So next, Julian was first, definitely kicked it off right. Next was
Jaye McBride.
Jaye McBride.
Jaye is a comic from New York, a trans comic, and she was hysterical.
Oh my gosh.
She came out and, you know, just said a couple of things that really weren't that memorable, and then all of a sudden she says, "So I'm sure you noticed I'm trans."
Yeah.
And you say it
all
best.
you Vegas detectives out there.
I'm sure all you Vegas detectives out there have figured out, which got a good laugh. And she said next,
it might have been the funniest line of the night, just brought the house down when she was like, the funny thing was, you know, I wasn't trans before I got the vaccine.
It was so timely in the crowd. I mean, just everybody a sigh of relief, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed her bit about her family, about being a trans woman in New York.
Yeah.
She was hysterical, and you could tell she was feeding off the energy of the crowd as well, which I really...
The bit about being an altar boy and wishing those things would have happened, and talking about, you know, being in, but boy, this confessional is just too hot for pants, Father. I died. Yeah. It was so funny.
Or her having an uncle that isn't comfortable with hearing about her sex life, so she sends pictures.
Yeah.
Just
good.
Hilarious.
Really
that was
good.
A good bit. Next came Mia Jackson.
Yep. She was great.
She has the most online presence. I think she probably has the most history or the biggest following. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
She was good. She was funny.
Yeah.
She didn't have as many big
like bring the house down.
Right.
Her I give off HR vibes, and talking like an HR corporate person would was really funny. I
and
that.
Her comments, she's a taller woman, 6 foot, and talking about like what that means, and laughing about her size.
Yeah, the comments people make to her about her size.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was good. Yeah.
She was great. I don't want to say that she wasn't great. She just didn't have I guess a bit that was quite as memorable for some reason.
That's probably fair.
Right.
But I enjoyed her too.
Right, very much so. So the opening three, who we had never heard of either of them, they were all really good. We had a great experience with all of them. And then came Amy, who we've never seen before, but obviously know.
Yeah.
And everybody was kind of on the edge of their seat. Is she going to say anything about Sundays? The Oscars going to come up. And
right.
It did. It did.
Well, she said, she's like, you know, I don't have like a joke prepared about this with the whole slap thing and all that. She's like, it made me think about, what did she say? Us as a race and toxic masculinity, I believe were the words.
Right. Her first, it was toxic masculinity, and there was a pause. And that wasn't lost on the audience.
Yeah. But then she pivoted right away, and she's like, but what I think would be fun is if we got into the jokes that the Academy wouldn't let me say at the Oscars. And everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah, and so those were funny.
Yeah.
A little too colored for television, will you?
Right. Yeah, probably dirtier than I expected in terms of her.
Oh, but she's known for that.
I've never really seen one of her bits. I've just seen her like in movies and stuff, so I didn't really know.
Right, she's kind of known for being edgy and political, and
a lot of stuff about like her hysterectomy and just like
lots
pregnancy.
Lots of stuff about women's bodies and because she's a new mom. Well, newish. Her child, I think she said, is almost 3, and she laughed about that too, and just sort of that stage of life.
This being her first headline show since becoming a parent, I
Yeah.
believe she said.
Yeah, I think it's actually been quite even before she got pregnant. Maybe it's been almost 5 years, I think I heard. So it's been quite a while. And, did she come out and kill it, her best show ever? No, but it was funny. It was timely.
Her bit.
She was very...
Everybody's wearing what they think you're supposed to wear in Vegas, and Jessica had this vintage gold sequin vest on that she found in my mom's closet.
Yes,
it was so funny.
It felt, yeah.
Everybody wears what they think they're supposed to wear in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
And she also laughed a bit about her husband, which I liked.
Yeah.
He has autism, so she laughed a bit about that. And I think just like with Jaye, I always like when you can laugh about a current hot topic, sort of, if you will. Maybe not a current hot topic, but bring light to something that people don't like to talk about, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, she was very funny and just very real, and I'm definitely more of a fan. Not that I wasn't a fan, but I just didn't know her stuff very much. But it was good. It was all timely, pretty good crowd interaction, and a little bit dirtier than I was expecting, but not in a bad way. She was just funny.
10 o'clock on a Saturday.
It started late too.
Yeah,
It started late because it was kind of a mess trying to get everybody's phones. A lot of the people were coming in all frustrated because they're like, I didn't know that my phone couldn't come in.
Well, my tickets are on my phone, sort of thing. So
Exactly.
we had a handwritten ticket from the show.
We arrived early, luckily, just to get a little bit of B-roll footage and introduce and stuff. And then I saw the ticket office, and it said in the text message, because my friend reached out randomly yesterday and was like, hey, I got 2 tickets to Amy Schumer tonight. And I was like, that's crazy. We were looking for something to do. Tico, thank you. We were looking for something to do. We had dinner reservations at Saffron Vegetarian Fine Dining Place in Vegas that was fantastic. We're going to be doing at least a written review on that, if not more. But then it worked out so perfectly. 10 o'clock show, probably started more like 10:30, 10:40, something like that.
Hard to know because we
didn't have my watch, didn't have my phone. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but it's sort of a good thing,
No, it was fine. It was great. It was an interesting experience from start to finish in that respect, but it was nice to sort of unplug and be very present in the show.
Yeah, and I think that some of the comedians are worried that some little leaked audio might get taken out of context and potentially ruin someone's career. So I don't know. I mean, I get the paranoia.
Either that or copyright. I'm not sure. We were trying to figure out what all the heightened phone security was all about.
Right.
And you can speculate all you want. We don't really know.
Right, because we were at the same theater, like a month ago for Shin Lim, and we didn't have any issues there. Oh, and shout out to Colin Cloud, who we saw.
Oh, yeah,
we
very
saw
cool.
Colin Cloud exiting the Mirage, just walking through a crowd of people. The hair is even more epic up close.
Totally.
It's
great.
totally epic.
It's very big and impressive.
It is.
He, it was really cool.
I almost was
hey,
filming
Colin.
too.
Yeah.
I was gonna film, and I'm like, I don't need another shot walking through a casino. And then 2 seconds later, Colin Cloud walks by. I was like,
Never
dang
know
it.
in Vegas.
Yeah, you just never know. But yeah, we saw him, and those guys have a pretty cush work schedule because we saw the show. It's like 7:30, and by 9:30 he's on his way out. Like, that's pretty sweet, but more power to them. I guess they earned it.
Yeah, great. That's another great show. If you haven't seen
Shin Lim is great.
Video on that one,
Colin's
check it
great.
out.
Yeah.
All in all, last night was really fun. It was an impromptu night for us.
Yeah.
Felt like real locals getting last-minute tickets on a Saturday night.
Good seats too, better than we had before.
Very good seats. I would recommend it. I think most comedy shows in Vegas are going to make you laugh, but this one was extra special.
I would go back for sure. Very memorable anniversary night for us. Check out Amy and Friends if you're able to do so. And if you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. There's more coming, I promise. Lots of good stuff on the way. So we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.